Greetings everyone, my name is Ethervil, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. During this live stream, I'll cover a combination of both Veersmith levels and levels I find online, primarily the former. If you want one of the levels to be covered, please leave the level ID either on YouTube, Twitch, or Mixer. Either one will do. Please submit no more than 2 levels at a time, as otherwise I'll start to skip over them. And if you submit more than one stage, I reserve the right to reshuffle them, because I want to cover levels made by different authors. There are a ton of levels to go through today, not as much as before, but quite a bit. And if you want to see the level queue, here it is. So I'll begin with this stage, Arkanoid NES Round 1 by Oscar, with 95 plays and a score of 39. I'm using the Super Mega Man Maker mod by the way, I'm using a mod made by Lozov and Bradway Fuad. This changes up some of the graphics, the music, and of course changes up Classic DX. Yeah, the Mega Man Maker SNES mod. And using this, we can play 16-bit musical tracks. So welcome to stream Gabby, Daibuman, Burner Boy, iWoomy, Landy, Jerryman, Vincenzo, Pixel Boy, YouTube, Mr. Lee, Lipatio, Bumbo Fox, all the lurkers, and anyone else who I missed. Second up is Infiltration of a Discovered Base, Medium Hard by NightCurseX, with 6 plays and a score of 2. You know what? I want to do this as Mega Man. Base will probably make this too easy. Well, Arkanoid is Breakout, isn't it? Perfect. With this, I can directly play any music track from a SNES game, as long as it doesn't use any hardware add-ons. It's just like sending NSF file replacements, this time SFC file replacements. Well, Arkanoid is based off of Breakout. It does have some changes, but that's its main inspiration. Yep, Gabby. There are a ton of fan games coming out in 2 weeks and next week. It's gonna be quite interesting in the future, especially combined with all the indie games coming out. I just started my Let's Play of Weapon Hacker. It's going to be a shorter one, as each of the facilities is pretty short. I'll probably do 3 normal facilities and start doing the challenges. And then after I clear a few challenges, I'll give my final thoughts on the game as a whole. Probably do one live stream too. Probably end up with one live stream too. It looks interesting. That's all I know about it, iWoomy. I deliberately try to keep myself in the dark as much as possible. Oh yeah, one moment. I set the volume a bit too high. I'll play it on the nearest Sunday. And don't worry, that first stream will be at least 3 hours long. There's no way I'm dropping that opportunity. Hey Jaden, welcome to the stream. Ah, some other person told me it's 12 to 15 hours long. Long story short, it'll take at least 3 streams to complete it. Probably. Goodbye. A decent stage. I will Croby. Submit a stage to me and I'll do it. Go ahead, iWoomy. Third up is Horizon Bypass by Alex Scott with 9 plays and a score of 2. Which are the formats? List them out please, iWoomy. Which one would you prefer, iWoomy? Oh yeah, all those games. Also the reveal of Alex Kidd DX. That came out of nowhere. I know some users and let me know if you were happy. There's so many indie games I want to cover and stream. I may need to start streaming on a 3rd day. Modern is a rolling term at this point. Rolling target, I mean. I don't know. Perhaps. I still find it humorous that the leaf shield, a leaf or wood type weapon, defeats a fire type enemy. Not as much as the Wii. Add Demon Souls and Dark Soul games and Bloodborne to the list of games I want to eventually play on the channel or stream. Along with Salt and Sanctuary. We'll see about that, Landy. That'll depend on the games being released. For a moment there, I was wondering why the background got simpler. Now it looks a lot better. Great, not Pixel Boy. I never played Little Big Planet. All I know is that it had a good level creator, and that Dreams is a spiritual successor to it. Of course, take this all with a grain of salt. I'm more of a PC guy. Regional contracts, Jaden. Back when the internet wasn't as ubiquitous. Contract distributions, different power standards. I think it mainly has to do with the internet and digital distribution systems not being up to snuff back then. That light over here doesn't help because if you go up it, you'll get hit by the fire there. And that could happen too. Do you recall the name, Jaden? I'm curious. Breath of the Wild is not a family game. Girl on a violet armor. Is it being released to is one of the target distribution platforms a PC? If that's the case, I may be able to request a key for it. Ouch. Got it. I'll check more. Got it. I'll check for myself in the future. Oh, Protodroid Delta. Yeah, I tweeted about the game already. It's by the same developer of Mega Man X and Zero Training Missions and Mega Man Legends 1.5 and Sonic Explorers. Beautiful jump there. Is that the one with the Kickstarter? Or is that a fan project? If it's the former, yes, I've heard about it. The other thing that makes me interested on Protodroid Delta is that it's a solar punk game. It's not the usual cyberpunk or post-cyberpunk experience. It's actually different. I really want to play more solar punk games. Cyberpunk was starting to get overused. To be fair, if the Mega Man Classic series was made in the future, probably 10 to 20 years in the future, it too would likely be solar punk. Think a more idealistic version of cyberpunk, Landy. Focusing on the benefits of solar energy, or the future advancements granted by solar energy. Thank you, Burner Boy. Part of the reason is because it irks me how overly excited some YouTubers get. Maybe not overly excited, but overly angry. I guess this is an okay to decent Fortress level. I wanted to, Landy. You should not have taken extra damage there. Forward up is Gear Fortress Stage 3 Mega Man 11 by Mega Man 11 FC with 39 plays and a score of -9. That score is concerning. I would read it if I had more time, Jaden. Time for the rematches. And I can exit out the stage at any time. But I'll play fair. Are you Tundra Man? No? Okay, you're Fuse Man. Okay, I'm dead. No refills? Really? Okay, so you're Brick Man, so you're weak to explosives. Acid Man, so the order is kept. Impact Man. Bounce Man. Blast Man. There you are, Thunderman. Where are you? Okay. So that leaves you. Bye, Torchman. That's all done defeated. Let's get out of here. The reason why this got a negative score is because it's a marathon battle. You get no restores after defeat each boss. If you want to make this easier, give some restore. Even a small restore would be handy. Fifth up is Weapon Capsule Relay Double Electric Boss Edition by YouTube Social HD 2 with 3 plays and a score of 1. It wasn't really a remake anyways. It was a recreation. An inferior one, to be honest. Should have given a checkpoint after each one, or a small life energy at the very least. You know the drill by this point. Me neither, Jerry Man. Me neither. Feel free to send me SST file placements for this. I wish the music volume balancing was better for this mod. Sadly, it isn't straightforward to accomplish. Whoa. Congrats, iWoomy. The rest of the series is better from there on. Especially starting from 3. Depends on who you ask is good or not. Remember, I will be Let's Playing the Zero series for my channel too. I know a bunch of people are eagerly waiting for it. No? You haven't picked a bad time, Gravity Beetle. We haven't even reached the 30-minute mark. I say to play to make up your own mind. Yeah, they are hard. I'll leave my full thoughts on that series once we actually get to the series. Goodbye, Sheepman. Well, you're clearly above the experience curve, Buster. Many people have problems with the Neo Arcadia stages. Three and 4 are the best ones. But again, I'll discuss what I think about those series when I actually get to those series. Next up is Sunset Revised by Bumbo Fox, with 18 plays and a score of 2. Here we go about design again. That's all I'll say about this. Back to Mega Man Maker. Oh yeah, and before I forget, I already mentioned this earlier, Magmal Episode 0 will be releasing in about 2 weeks. A week from next Friday. I will be LPing it on the Sunday morning stream in 2 weeks, and it'll be a 3-hour stream. I implore all of you to at least try it out, and see if you like it. I swear this sounds familiar. For a moment there, I thought this was instant death. At the very least, I'm hoping it to be good. At the very least, I'm hoping it to be decent. All I know is that there's gonna be fun times held all around. There's only one game which I'm looking forward to even more. Fan game, that is. And you all know it by this point. Same as 01. Some easy, some easy, some difficult, some really obscure. For the most part, I didn't really care about the Cyber Elves. For me, in the Zero series, spikes were never the biggest issue, or biggest difficulty. It was more the bosses. And enemies sometimes. But that's just me. I knew there'd be something here. I'm most excited by Magma 3, Mr. Lee. Make a good Mega Man level contest 3. If you say so. I and many other people found the bosses to be the toughest part. Not really the stages. If we were to count the death distribution, most of them would be the bosses, by far. What do you mean, Croby? He's not showing off any... well... he's just saying... We'll go into that. All I know is that the Zero series has attracted a bit of a polarized reception. If you want a less biased opinion on how the Zero series is panned out, you'll have to go elsewhere, not here. A lot of others, Croby, and a lot of people don't, and a lot of people in between. The Zero series and its successor series are really polarizing that way. I wouldn't say they're blind. Again, different opinions, different ideas of what level design is. And again, I'm going back to the same point, circling around. I'll talk more about it later. If everyone accuses each other's blind, something else is up. Anyways, let's transition over to something else. 7th up is Space Travel 4, Part 3, Terony Normal. 7th up is Space Travel 4, Part 3, Terony Normal Re-upload by Lipatio with 56 plays and a score of 22. Yep, Rujold. I'm using the 16-bit SNES mod by Lozov and Radwin Fod. Legends isn't as polarizing anymore. It used to be Jaden, but opinions have coalesced more. The reverse has happened with the Zero series, but again, the audiences about them have broken apart or drifted away. Again, you won't get an unbiased opinion here. I find how much you enjoy the Legend series depends on how much you enjoy The Legend of Zelda, or action-adventure games in general. I love levels with this, especially with double jumping. When I say unbiased, I meant to say less biased. Most of us here prefer the classic and X series by a huge margin. Of course, as I said before, that's partly my fault. Alright. Because generally when I see online, I see a correlation between those who like the Zelda games and the Legends games. It's my fault because one moment. It's my fault because I've only really played classic games on the channel, not the X games and successor series. So I ended up with only with people who are interested in those series, or mostly interested in those series. I didn't evenly distribute the games. And I have only myself to blame for that. Yeah, imagine thinking. I totally agree. Legends does some things better. Ocarina does some things better too. Oh. Oh. Yeah. I need to play Ocarina of Time too. Not quite far enough. To be honest, from what I've seen, Legends 2 seems better than the first. Your mileage may vary. I played some Ocarina of Time, and I found it to be fun. Alright then. Thanks for the warping. The main issue with the water temple was having to swap out enough the iron boots, more than anything else. Thankfully that was fixed in the 3DS remake. Again, it also depends on what game you're looking for. Wait, Legends is bad? Whoa. Nah, Water Dungeon's fine. I saw various analyses and, again, really the main problem is swapping on and off the iron boots. And gameplay preferences. That's not bad. I pretty much disagree with that assertion. Exactly, Gokulis. That's the main problem. Exactly. Cool challenges using this. Again, my only problem with the water dungeon is swapping on and off, nothing else. Whoa. Alright, I'm gonna just emphasize it for the third time and final time. The water temple's main problem is the annoyance factor, because you have to keep swapping on and off the boots, which was fixed in the 3DS remake. Suddenly, firestorm in the middle of rain. Well, wrong move. Someone got through in one go. Legends is on my to-play list. Don't worry, everyone. I'll see for myself how good or bad it is, and whether I enjoy it or not. Currently, this is my favorite level of the episode. Nice balance between difficulty and fun. Alright, Sheep Man, show me what you got. Let me through. Probably not, Buster. I want to try doing it on my own. I've been through wars before. Decent work, Lipatio. Currently my favorite level of the episode. Interesting use of the gimmicks, and I like how we use the pile driver without becoming too difficult. You're getting better at ironing out these stages and reducing the unnecessary craft. Eight Up is another generic factory by iWoomy with 10 plays and a score and a Excuse me. 8 Up is another generic factory by iWoomy with 10 plays and a score of 1. Sorry, I had to cough. I saw your level earlier, Jedok. I'll cover it. Oh, the game idea guy? Are you still in chat? Good. Sorry I haven't been able to check out the demo for Alpha version 0 yet. Once they do, I'll let you know if it works on my system. Because it sure looks interesting. Not quite fast enough. Speed running time. The health bar still hasn't been fixed for that. It's half broken. That'll require some hacking. It feels kind of generic to me. Like what the title says. It just feels like a rompy level. I don't really have much to say about it other than it simply exists. Precisely, Gokulas. Precisely. If it was, it could have been shortened. Ninth up is DJHNN-033 Monk Man by Jedox74 with 13 plays and a score of 3. No, I haven't, Jaden. There's so many indie games coming out that it gets difficult to keep track. By the way, Croby, could you submit a stage so I can showcase your mod? The gold in the background makes for an interesting contrast. I'm gonna do it so I don't break another stage. Just pick a stage made by someone else then, which I haven't covered yet. Showcase in level editor? Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it after the first break. Zerno's team, I think. Ugh, too close. I gotta play Megamania in the future. Terony my honorable mention, at least in terms of how much fun I'm having. Remember, there's more to a game and level than just the level design. The more I play these games, the more I feel I've undervalued fun in the past. And to be honest, I've had too much of a... And to be honest, I feel in the past I've had an overly strict definition of what counts as a gimmick, and undervalued enemy-based challenges. Yeah, in some of the early Let's Plays, I undervalued the value of fun. To be frank. Also, undervaluing the target audiences. I mean, I want to straighten out my opinions. Because doing so earlier, I feel like I went too overly harsh on certain games. See, for example, Indonesian Artifact, which in retrospect, many of the faults I had were due to my screw-ups, not the games. That's why in the future, and starting from now, I'll be taking into consideration the target audiences too. Hi, Proto. What? Why didn't it work? Must have swapped off to the wrong thing. It did, and its level design wasn't that bad. I still have problems with bosses like Gopetacat Man, but in retrospect, most of the game isn't that bad. It's decent. Seeing some of Juppy's Let's Plays opened my mind to that. I was getting overly harsh on stuff I didn't like. Hi, Cyan. Because again, one of the main conceits of this channel was that I didn't want to become overly harsh on stuff, as that was one of my gripes of many YouTube channels. So falling into that trap is, well, something I want to avoid. And I've fallen into the trap before of listening to a vocal minority. Thanks, Proto. Compared to last week where I was only able to complete 4 to 5 levels in under an hour, right now I've completed 9 stages. Everything is going much faster. This was a decent stage in Mega Man Maker. A decent challenge progression, enemy placement, creativity, etc, etc. Ooh, this one. 10th up is Megamania Dock Robot Abandoned Plastic Lab by Protoman 1987 with 8 plays and a score of 4. Yeah, Eduardo. Maybe, Mr. Lee. But Genox tends to submit their levels individually anyways. Let's see how this fares. Let's give Protoman more time to shine. Eduardo is one of the better level designers of these streams. Their levels have a tendency to fall under my favorite lists. So let's see how this one fares. Yep, iWoomy. Probably next week. As this week, I need to finish Official Meme Guy's level pack. And if I have time, Darkness's level pack too. After your level pack is done, then I'll have to do Radioactive's level pack. Oh, it isn't finished yet, iWoomy? If it isn't finished by next week, then I'll start up Radioactive's level pack instead. Almost good to good. If you want an example of a pretty much always good level designer, or mostly good, check out Ace-Bark or Mick Galbani. What's behind here? Other examples would be Derelict All-Star, I Don't Know What Happened to Them, and Niglace, and Mecha. Well, maybe not Mecha and Derelict All-Star, but they tend to be almost good. Sadly, they got bored of Mega Man Maker. Almost good to good, depending on which one's which. I don't agree with all their I don't agree with all their ideas of level design or thoughts on level design. Where the alternate pathways link up with each other. I like when stages have stuff like this. Gogolist 2. Yeah, Gogolist 2. You make almost good to good levels too. Especially some of your palace stages. Stage isn't over yet. Fun continues. Buster, I'm not sure. From my experience in Mega Man Maker, you're an almost good to good level designer. More on the almost good side. In between decent and good. Nonetheless, we need more people making levels for the Mega Mix engine. Don't feel shabby if you're a B grade level designer. Most level designers I feel are C to D grade. Having B is actually a relatively good achievement, assuming you start from S going all the way to E or F. You, Cyan, I'd rate you as somewhere between C and D. You need more experience. Frankly, I feel most level designers in a C to D grade can improve with more experience and feedback. You, Croby... if I was talking about the older levels, it'd be C to D. Now, it'd probably be a B or B minus. I need to play more of the levels, Mr. Lee. Green Screen Land wasn't really that good. Inside the Force Beams was okay. And that's another thing. How you rate the quality is also somewhat subjective, especially when you start to get to things like VAs. And of course, Buster raises a good point. I haven't defined what the grades mean. Right now, what the grades mean is how much I like the stages and how high quality I think they are. But of course, that's really opinionated. If you want me to say it another way, if I say B grade, that means you consistently make decent to almost good levels. Or at the very least decent levels. Whereas if you're an A tier level designer, you consistently make almost good to good levels. So on and so forth. Yeah, we'll see about that, Buster. Again, if you're B tier, you're already above the curve by quite a bit. Croby, as I said, B-. Getting to A+ or S is really difficult. There are only a few level designers who I qualify as being there. For example, A. Spark or Mick Galbani. Jolt, probably B. B-. Somewhere between the upper side of C, lower side of B. iWoomy, C. Lower side of C, unfortunately. You need more practice. Yeah, I'm just rating some of the level designers I've played on this channel in terms of grades, in terms of consistent qualities. I playtested an earlier version of the stage. I'm not sure how much it changed, so I'll find out soon enough. Upper C to lower B Panta. Gogolist would be a solid B. The S tier star in Japan, where the highest grade in many schools is S. Anyways, Eduardo, this is currently my favorite level of the episode. Good work. Jedok, you're more of lower B to upper C. Some of your stages are pretty good, but they need some toning, shortening maybe. Everyone, if you start with level design, everyone starts at E rank. Everyone's first level, when I say first level, I mean the absolute first level for any game you make. It pretty much sucks. But what you need is training and responding to feedback. Alright, I'll be right back in a moment. And I'm back. I copied the data to win file Croby. So what's the new stuff? You applied some changes, but I'm not sure what the changes are. Can you point them out, please? Okay, nothing for weapons. What is it for then? Okay, Mega Man 1 tiles. Hot Gods, Ice Bomb, Black. What else? Oh, I see, I see. This is different? I'm not sure what tile type this is. Guts. Guts is the same. Ice is different too. I'm just showcasing something, not creating a level in real time. Fire. Electricity looks the same to me. If it's possible, could you change these tiles as well? The tile thumbnails, so we know what's changed? So I don't need to scrounge through all of them. So I don't need to scrounge through all of them. I see, still under progress. Alright, just a few tile changes. Nothing too major. Give me a moment, I'll get back to the game. Now for some levels I found online. 11th up is Radioactive Raid by DeltaRayEdge with 88 plays and a score 34. Giorno, don't spam please. And to answer your other question, Rojold, in Mega Man 9 you actually run a bit faster, so making the 4 tile-wide jumps isn't as bad. Sure, Lipatio, there's no other Virulus mid-levels on the queue. Well, there is, but I want to cover these levels first. Oh, there's no gap in the wall there. I was hoping there'd be something fun. I just wish the music was louder. Once again, changing the music amplitudes is more difficult than it looks. That's why the mod creators didn't do it yet. Alright, Jerryman, yours will take priority as you haven't submitted a level yet. You mean in your mod? Alright, I'll do it at the end then. That'll be in about 40 or 50 minutes. Alright, we get it, Giorno. Just don't repeat the message this rapidly. We get the message, just don't repeat it too much. I will. I will check out the shadows. Music changer. We really need a music swapper. Either after you defeat a boss or independently. We really need it for longer levels. This level's cool. It's a decent one that uses the blocks and conveyor belts, and the acid. Enemy behavior? Interesting. So we're gonna try modding it using the Undertale modder tool. Or another tool. Alright, shuffling the levels around a bit. Decent stage. I'm not sure if it'd be an audible mention or not. We'll see. Twelfth up is the Glamuros Ice-Cube Factory by Jet Adapter, with 16 plays and a score of 3. Please do. That makes showcasing it much easier. Remember, once I'm at the end of the stream, I'll showcase the shadows, plates, and some of the enemies and bosses, maybe. But if you're able to make a simple stage and upload it, I'll cover that instead. This stage is over 60 screens long. Feel free to send me the MMLF file. Feel free to send me the MMLV file instead, if that's faster than uploading. Good checkpoint placement so far. This is one of the easier stages of the episode, but it's still a pleasant and fun stage. Probably recommended for lesser skilled Mega Man Maker players. Reiteration of the earlier challenge, but more difficult. It could be shaved up a bit, made shorter. That's actually one of my issues with level design as well. I tend to make stages a bit longer than what they should be, or I overextend the teaching period. When I said lower C, that's kind of below average. That's why I prefer to say okay to decent instead, or below par. Instead of using the term... That's why instead of using the term average, I tend to use the term okay instead. Or even grade letters, because they have too much baggage attached to them. I need to make a breakdown of all the scores I give, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to raise a small amount of drama once I release my rankings of all the fan games I played. Fan games and hacks, that is. Especially some of the more contentious ones. You probably know which games I'm referring to. Things are gonna get even more heated once I get my rating of unique harassment. I'm not looking forward to that. Recommendations for better levels: focus on a set of gimmicks and/or challenges. Remember, you don't need to. Your stage doesn't have to have a specific gimmick. Its main gimmick could be enemy challenges, for example. Focus on a gimmick, which could be like a certain level element, set of enemies, or even a specific special weapon or utility. Focus on that, escalate the challenges. Follow the 1-2-3 step rule of introduce the challenges in isolated environments, gradually escalate them, and have a climax of sort at the end, with the boss battle or whatever being the falling action. And start simple and work your way up. And don't forget to ask for feedback. You should listen to all the feedback, but you shouldn't necessarily apply all the feedback. Try addressing the problems rather than solutions. Players have a tendency of being better at solutions than identifying the problems. The more the merrier, iWoomy. This was okay to decent. Again, it's rompy, but in a better type of rompy. I'd recommend this to people who are lesser experienced in Mega Man, though it could have been shortened because there was some repetition that was unnecessary. What I'm worried about is what I'm going to say about unique harassment, aka my opinion is going to be a bit more on the positive side due to various factors. I'm not going to say the game is the best I'm not going to say that the ROM hack is the best ROM hack and the best Mega Man Classic ROM hack in the world. I don't believe that. It's just that I feel that if I'm too positive, I'm going to raise somewhat of a firestorm, but yeah. Thirteenth up is Nitroglycerin Man by the Felboom04 with 9 plays and a score of 1. Opinions are split, iWoomy. It really depends on if you like the boss battles or not. Because the bosses... pretty much every boss in the game is a difficulty spike. And they're very difficult. Now, if you like the boss battles and the weaponry, then yes, you'll love the game. But if you have more contention on the bosses, well, the game won't be as good, because the game stages so far, I've played up to the first set of 4 stages. They're okay at best, okay to maybe decent. I know, for example, Jupy loves the game, Jupy Hornet. I will say that, in general, I tend to be less harsh with my scorings. Plus, the way I rank my scores or grade games is on a curve of sorts. What it takes to turn a game from being below par to okay is much easier from turning a game from being okay to decent. Same with decent to almost good and almost good to good. It requires exponential more effort to make a game better for me. It's not an X game. Oh, I have. I don't remember that much of the game, sadly. Sorry about that. So that was only a skip. Randomly fire. I will say that Unique Harassment has one of the best weaponry with the best arsenal of any ROM hack I've played. Even better than Minus Infinity. And better than most fan games too. Long story short, if you want to play UH, make sure to use special weapons, especially against the bosses, and feel free to use E-Tanks, as a few of the upgrades will automatically restore E-Tanks upon the start of a new stage. Depends on how much you like bullet hell shooters. You know what, let me download the stage after this and see for exactly. I've heard this song several times before, but no one's been able to identify what this song is from. Cole's music is pretty memorable. Should have known. Save myself. Thank you, Super Adapter. Another okay to decent level. Compared to last week, we have a better selection of levels, I'd say. I'd say to start out with embodiment of the Scarlet Devil, or probably one of the later games with more continues. Regardless, all of them have a really high skill floor. Better get used to memorizing patterns and dodging bullets. Bye, sign. Let's see what song is playing. I found it. It's Locked Girl. It's a Toho song. Of course it'd be. The Toho games that are not bullet hells are in a minority, but even then, They tend to incorporate really hard difficulty. Well, not all the time. 14th up is the Emerald Tower by Gopetacat. 14th up is the Emerald Tower by Gopetacat with 50 plays and a score of 11. After this, I'll go back to, let's see, Lipatio, then Jeddah, then I'll probably end off the stream. Oh, now the game's on Steam. Ah, they didn't port all of them. I think I know the one you're referring to. Is that Luna Nights? Oh. Wasn't paying enough attention, and I paid the price. What's down here? What? You are Sylveon. There are 20 minutes left, but that's fine. Hey, they gave me the option. I might as well try it out. Sure, thanks. If this was in Magwell 2, I think this would be a trap. Crystal and Astro. Sugar Rush and a Sugar Crash. Only one? Really? That makes the battle so much easier. Too easy. Compared with the 200 levels I found online, this didn't really tickle my fancy. Wait. I already did that one. There are a lot of levels by NightCurseX already on the queue, so let me do one of them first. Fifteenth up is To the Core Medium by NightCurseX with 19 plays and a score of 2. Wow, compared to last week, I'm probably gonna end up completing 16 levels. Not to mention all the levels during tonight's stream. More just me. By this point, I at least hope I'm better than average. I played over 3,000 levels in Mega Man Maker so far, and yet still I make many mistakes. I'm still not on the level of Kaizo players. So many games to play, so little time. I would love to play that fan game Rayman Redemption, and I will download it. However, I don't know if it would be the best idea to play it because I never played any of the Rayman games before. Outside of a very little of a scratched copy of Rayman 2 for the Dreamcast. Playable, yes. Fun, not really. It's one of the only Mega Man games which I really actively dislike to a very strong extent. AKA hate, maybe. Hate is a better word. Now don't get me wrong, I can see why X6 can be fun. Fun is one of those things that is one of the most subjective scoring categories, so if one person has fun and another person doesn't, I don't blame them. Ironically or unironically, there are many ways to classify that. That's why, in terms of fun grading, I won't argue on people with that. I will argue in terms of design, graphics, music, maybe the story, but that, not so much. Exactly, Jaden. That was a screw up in many different categories, and barely has any redeeming qualities, outside of maybe irony. Well, not maybe, actually. See ya, iWoomy. See ya tonight. Thank you. You can do it before you're popular or after it, but you need to start from somewhere. I got my first big break thanks to Mega Man Maker, and a few other games. I like the previous level by NightCurseX more. So the 16th and final level of the stream is Space Travel 4 Part 4 Gifrid Normal by Lipatio, with 23 plays and a score of 15. Sure, Jerry Man, I'll give you the link. Back to our snazzy spaceship. I wonder if it'll get upgraded further during Space Travel 5. And X6, yeah, he is better than Zero. Welcome to the Ice Planet. Rats. Forgot about that. I'm hoping that the level editor for X4 and X6 comes out eventually. I've heard mentions about it. So I can't hit it. I will eventually try it on the future Sylveon when I get around to playing X6 for the second time. That's what I was worried about. If I do a minor change direction there, I'll run into the spikes anyways. Scary. Oh no. Folks, we have a problem. Thanks, Thunderwall. Don't worry, I'm bringing it right back up. We have time for this. Yeah, I know, really. Of all the places it could crash. That's what I'm planning on doing, Lipatio. Okay, should load up soon. And we're back. Hopefully this time the game doesn't crash. Instead, I fall into the pit. Let's try this again. Hopefully without a game crash this time. These jumps underwater with ice physics. Alright. And I was halfway through the level anyways. See ya, Jaden. See ya, Rajold. Wow, that's a quick fall. Hang on a minute, I see Protoman up there. Bye, Buster. Enjoy your meal. I like your previous stage more, but this isn't shabby either. As I mentioned before, Lipatio is getting better at shaving down these stages and making them more focused. Before, many of these stages had unnecessary craft or unrelated items. Even if the challenges were fine, they didn't really fit with the stage. I like X5, but yeah, graphics could use some work, compared to X4 at least. I wouldn't blame you if you thought X5 was one of the worst looking games of the series. Of the mainline, the numbered series, I mean. In terms of graphics, I prefer X4 and X6. The part where I die a lot. And when I mean a lot, I mean a lot. Yeah, I know the X5 has more gimmicks, but I simply prefer the challenges of X4. Even if that's what I meant earlier about how it's always specific with gimmicks. What I really meant to say gimmicks is distinct challenges each stage offers. And simply put, I prefer what X4 has to offer. X4 still fits for X, whereas for X5, I think 0 is a better pick. This jump, oh my goodness. Yeah, X6 ruined everything due to being rushed. There are so many ways the plot could have been taken instead. I mean, we could still have X6 and its Mavericks. Just don't include 0. Make the plot of X moving on. Then we could have X7, where X is the mentor character of sorts. Going full circle back to X1. It's it. This is it. We made it to the last part of the stage. That's Capcom's sequel stagnation for you, Sylveon. especially X6 and X7. X3... For X3, it has to do with polish. X6 and X7 have fundamental game design flaws, at least for me. The X3 has its own issues with polish and the damage scaling being really off. However, it doesn't require as many fixes as X6 and X7. If you're skilled enough at the X series, X3 is fine. Well, outside maybe a few stages. But if you're an average skilled, the difficulty curve is off. X8 fixed many of the problems X6 and 7 had. Too bad what came before it, and... You have playable 0 and X3, Sylveon. Even in the base X3 without the ROM hack. Again, X3 has to do with how the levels are designed, polish, and a few other things. Also, upgrades are a bit annoying to get. Goodbye. A fun way to end off the episode. Many things, unfortunately. Alright, I'll be right back in a moment. I need to start the next one. Yeah, requiring the use of all 4 parts before you can use them, it did tamper down on the amount of flexibility you have. Thankfully X7, 8 fixed that. Upgrades in X5 aren't useless, especially the Ultimate Armor and the Gaia Armor. Those were fun. I thought it was decent. I liked your previous one more. Alright. Let me show off the shadows. I'm back to using the mod in development by Croby. Where are the nameplates? Where are the nameplates here? Tiles, got it. Neat. Posic didn't really have any changes. X is the same. Light is the same. Right is the same. Oh, neat. That's how the drop shadows look. They're not fences. Could be added as their own individual thing. And now pit shadows. The opposite type of fence. Alright, I think I showcased all of them. Wait, they're bosses. Someone mentioned one of the bosses was changed. Which one though? Oh, the level's done? Okay, here it is. So the 17th and actual final level of the stream is only Ethervil Play This, no one else, by Croby. Played by no one, scored by no one. Someone else is going to play it now. Nice tiles. This is just a showcase level, by the way. Nothing more, nothing less. You need to play this level with the mod Croby gave to me, but that's not public yet. The first change I can see is that the enemy has been modded. Yeah, Croby mod. For one, these are not firing 5 projectiles at once. And these always move faster. Okay then. And they have a bigger health bar too. They can almost act like mini bosses. Fast tellies. They have 2 HP too. Can you add more enemies by modding the game? Is that possible now, or is that too difficult? Because I like these variations. Minor as they are. As well as the background, that looks pretty. Giant Metul. Really durable. But more durable than usual, not really. Now, someone could combine it with Lozov's mod. Now, someone can combine it with the Super Mega Man Maker mod. Look at Skullman. Just look at his eyes. Also, Nightman's Night Crush fires projectiles now. Is the background different too? Feels like it is. He basically modded the behavior of the enemies, so he used the Untitled Mod Maker tool. This will be added to the timestamps in both parts. What? Oh! These mats fire upwards now. new climbing tiles. What is this, rock and roll? That big guy looks really menacing. What else, Flame Man? An easy way to make him tougher. I want to see more of these changes, and if it's possible, making alternate versions of these bosses, so we can have the originals. I'll be looking forward to future changes to this mod in the future. Redundant statement, I know. Let me know, Croby, if there are new updates. I'll be sure to showcase them during the live streams. Don't worry, I'll have the timestamp for both of them, for part 1 where I showcase the tiles, and part 2 where I showcase this stage. So overall, out of the 17 levels I played in this episode, my favorite level would be Eduardo's stage, with 2 honorable mentions going to Radioactive Raid by DeltaRayEdge and Space Travel 4 Part 3 Terony by Lipatio. Good work, you tree. So during tonight's stream, around 8:15 PM PDT, I'll finish the rest of Official Meme Guy's level pack. Then if I have time remaining, I'll finish the rest of Darkness's level pack too. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope to see you all either tonight or tomorrow. Toodles!